Okay, so I am just going to say it. Most Etsy gurus are lying to you, and it is keeping your shop small. They will tell you that if you just keep posting listings, if you obsess over SEO, the sales will just come. But I am here to tell you that after over $1 million in sales in the past 2 years with a $3 digital product, that is simply not the case. If you are new around here, I am the owner of Bailey Design Co., a 7-figure digital design shop on Etsy that I publicly show. With over currently 383,000 sales, I've helped thousands of Etsy shop sellers scale their own shops successfully. And today I am pulling back the curtain on what has really made my shop successful. So let's talk about what actually worked and what you should completely ignore. So lie number one is that SEO is everything. Every Etsy YouTube tutorial starts with something like this. Make sure your SEO is perfect. And yes, SEO does matter, but it is not what gets you thousands of sales. In fact, I've had hundreds of listings that had the completely wrong SEO, and they still made thousands of dollars worth of sales because of what I was implementing. I've seen so many listings on Etsy that have the worst SEO, yet they make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per month. They have things like awful titles, one-worded tags, no keywords in the description, and yet they still seem to blow up. So why is this? Because what actually gets your listing seen and sales is something that is called sales velocity, and it has a bigger impact than SEO. And when Etsy sees your listing selling super fast, they will push it in front of more buyers. So how do you get that initial push? This comes from the best designs, outside traffic, ads, something called an audience, and not something like keyword stuffing like it's 2015. Another big lie is just to keep posting. If you just keep posting and posting, the sales will come, and this is simply so wrong. You can list 500 products, but if they are not what customers are actually searching for in a design style that is actually on trend or on point, that is just 500 listings wasted. On Etsy, you need to list what buyers are already actively searching for. And that's why trend research or what is in demand is more important than the volume of listings that you're actually putting up. So here is the truth. Sales, and a lot of sales, come from an audience and not the Etsy algorithm. Here's the part that most gurus don't talk about and what most sellers don't want to hear. And that is, it's not an Etsy problem, it's an audience problem. So while most sellers just wait around waiting for Etsy to rank their product, I built my own traffic from the beginning. So I grew an email list to over 20,000 people, a Facebook group with over 10,000 people. And what that resulted in was consistent daily sales without ranking my products in the algorithm or waiting on Etsy to push it out to the right people. And I'm certainly not alone either. So I'm going to show you a couple of other examples of shops in different types of niches than mine that have done similar things with their own audience. So if you know anything about the SVG world, you'll know that one of the biggest shops in this space is called Heather Roberts Art. What you probably don't know is that she built a Facebook group with over 100,000 people of SVG crafters that she constantly posts her designs to. Another huge shop with close to 1 million sales is the shop My Porch Print. So they sell junk journal digital assets, and they have driven the majority of their traffic all from YouTube videos where they simply show the assets being used to compile a junk journal. And they're also then able to monetize with other types of income like their affiliate and AdSense. The thing is, we all built our own traffic systems so that we don't rely on the Etsy algorithm to promote our products. So the real strategy behind building $1 million shop is to build what I've called my own flywheel system. And this is truly what scaled my $3 digital product shop to $1 million. Number one is that I simply post a design that is actually in demand, meaning people are searching for it actively on Etsy, and I've created it in a design style that people actually want to purchase. With the types of designs that I sell, the design style changes constantly, so it can change from year to year, which is why I'm always constantly making new designs. Step number two is then to get the listing to sell as quickly as possible. So I can quickly send an email out once a week with all of my new designs, or I can post it in my Facebook group. If you don't have any of those, you can run Etsy ads, though I don't recommend running them if you are a brand new seller who doesn't have any type of graphic design experience or know that your concept is proven to sell. That leads us to number 3, where Etsy sees sales really quick and then turns around and promotes it to other buyers that look the same as the person who bought it originally, which is my audience. Then those new customers come in, join either the Facebook group or the email list, and it just repeats the process over and over again each time I post new designs. And that's how I actually turned my Etsy shop into a real business. I then went on to build my own membership site, so now I can direct traffic from my email list or that Facebook group over to my membership so that I am not reliant on Etsy at all. So if I were to get kicked off the platform, I can simply send an email, let my customers know that I'm only selling on my own membership site, and I would be good to go. So no matter what Etsy does, whether it's related to the algorithm or they change it completely, I'm still protected. And real quick, if you do want my brand new guide on the 3 ways to 5K months on Etsy with a low ticket digital product, then just be sure to comment the word 3 ways down below and I will send you that masterclass over for free. It's all about the 3 ways that you can get a low ticket digital product to 5K months and beyond, with 3 very specific methods, one of them being this flywheel system. So here are my recommendations for what you should do to actually blow up your shop. So number 1 is to stop taking advice from people who haven't actually done what you've wanted to do. I know there are so many ways that people can fake screenshots or say they've had an Etsy account for so many years, yet they really can't prove their numbers, and again, screenshots can be faked. So I always recommend choosing to learn from someone where there's actually proof of the concept that they're trying to teach and they've hit the numbers that you want to. Number 2 is to focus on sales velocity over SEO. And you get that by designing what people are actually searching for, again, in a design style that's actually trendy. Then start to implement a system where you control the traffic. So this can be starting something like an email list, a Facebook group, or maybe an Instagram account if your customers hang out over there, or even a YouTube channel. Then use that traffic to launch your designs to your customers every single week so that you have consistent reoccurring income. So if you do feel like your shop has been stuck, this is why. It's really not your fault. You've just been given outdated advice. Key things are to focus on trends, build your own audience, and essentially post for people and not algorithms. So if you truly understand what your target customer is looking for, you are not going to have an issue posting designs that they actually want to purchase. Don't forget to comment 3 ways down below if you want me to send over that new masterclass about the 3 ways that you can grow your Etsy shop to 5K months and beyond. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.